All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to the Media Files. So today we got ourselves a nice big pile of awesomeness to add to the collection. Um, Definitely some new Blu-rays, mostly Blu-rays, a few DVDs here and there. So with that, let's kick things going off here. Let's see what we got added to the collection this time, right here on the Media Files. Let's do that intro again. I hate it. All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to the Media Files. So today we've got a nice small haul update here for you guys. We got couple of DVDs, but everything else is all Blu-ray. Yeah, so we actually got some comic book stuff. We actually got some Arrow to add to the collection. Yeah, which is kind of a rarity, and loads of other great multi-genre stuff. So let's not waste any time. Let's see what we got right here on the Media Files. Let's check it out. All right, welcome back. So first things first here. Let's get the DVDs out of the way. So immediately we got some sci-fi / horror stuff here. Very early sci-fi stuff, actually. First of all, we actually have ourselves a double bill, which now I've never seen these movies, but I know that they are from really well known in the old school sci-fi collection stuff, especially like it's like underwater adventures and whatnot. But here we have the double bill of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and Fantastic Voyage. Now, of course, this movie, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, would be, of course, it would go on to get its own TV show that would last for 3 seasons. So how cool is that? Which I have not actually watched yet, but I plan on watching it this weekend because, what can we say? Gotta love some old school underwater adventure stuff. Alrighty, then up next, well, speaking of old school here, now we have from Vincent Price. We've got part of the Midnight Movies DVD here series, which I've heard of this, but apparently this version is slightly edited. Which will be kind of interesting to watch. But here we have Vincent Price starring in Witchfinder General. Apparently this is a musically edited version, so we'll see what that is all about. But yeah, how cool is that? So there we go. All right, and then up next, here we have a very recent release. I've been wanting to see this in theaters ever since it was announced, but I didn't get to see it over Christmas break, unfortunately. So I'm like, well, I'll just wait for the DVD or Blu-ray. But unfortunately, all they had was the was just the DVD, so I will get the Blu-ray at some point. And then I'll probably just, get rid of this, unfortunately. But here we have the new adaptation of Nosferatu, directed by Robert Eggers, who was hot off of The Northman at the time. I cannot wait to see this. I heard that Bill Skarsgård's performance as the Count is just absolutely insane. But what can we say, though? Not only that, though, there could be a preview of, shall we say, the making of the movie, the original, and the 1979 remake. So there we go. Expecting Nosferatu, basically deep dive video at some point this year. But yeah, I'll probably wait till I get the Blu-ray of the remake. That way it'd be more, clear with everything. Sadly, though, Shadow of the Vampire does not have an official Blu-ray release as far as I know. So, alrighty, now let's move on to the Blu-rays. So up next, I got these off of eBay, actually, because these two basically go together. They were being sold as a double bill. I'm like, cool. Now, I've seen this on YouTube before a little bit, but it's kind of meh. But, so here we have, from Roger Corman, we have a fan copy of the 1994 Fantastic Four movie. Yeah, it's got basically two different versions of the movie. I've not actually put this in yet. I know it's a bootleg because it's never been officially released, but shall we say, if you're going to have something that you really, really want, make your own copy and just don't sell it. But, oh well, you're going to do what you're going to do, right? So, and then it also came with Doomed, the untold story of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. So basically, this is a documentary that you can actually buy on. I think you can actually buy on iTunes. I think for like $2. But if you want a physical media, definitely get it through the seller that I got it through. I cannot remember what the seller's name is, because they also have in here an additional bonus disc that is exclusive to just this Blu-ray edition. Which is probably the complete interview with Sean Howe, who's the author of Marvel Comics, The Untold Story. But it's going to be so cool to actually watch this. I'll probably watch this after I watch this. So there we go. Some awesome comic stuff right there. And then we got a Western. So here we have the remake of one of my favorite Westerns of all time. We've got 3:10 to Yuma, which is, of course, directed by James Mangold, who, of course, will go on to do Ford versus Ferrari and loads of other great movies. This thing's jam-packed with extras, too, so this is the edition you want. But hopefully I can get that sticker off of there and, figure that out later. Alrighty, then we have here a sci-fi movie that I've been wanting forever. Finally got it off of eBay, but apparently the seller that I got it through had messaged me and said that, well, apparently the post office or whatever had messed up and shipped my order off somewhere else by accident. So I apparently got crisscrossed or something like that. So he refunded me. So I took that refund and just ordered it again. And then, it finally arrived. So the one that I had gotten came to me real quick. So, but what can we say, though? Definitely a movie that I've been wanting to see. But we've got here Soylent Green, starring Charlton Heston. And wouldn't you know it, that I actually ended up with 2 copies of this. Ended up giving it to my uncle-in-law because, my lost copy actually found its way to my house. So basically I got a free copy of it, so I just gave it to him. So that's cool. Loads of awesome stuff in this movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely, I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're a fan of 70s dystopia sci-fi. And then we have here, it's kind of a horror. It's a gritty grindhouse movie, but what can we say? If it wasn't for Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino doing the Grindhouse project to begin with, this movie wouldn't have existed. I'm, of course, talking about Rutger Hauer in Hobo with a Shotgun. Yeah, this movie's totally hardcore. It's nuts. And, of course, the reason why this movie got made is because the director of who directed this, Jason Eisner, he made a short trailer, like a fake trailer for a contest, and he ended up winning it, which is, I think, is the South by Southwest contest. So whoever won the contest, their trailer would get made into a full-length feature. And, of course, Rutger Hauer stars as the hobo, but the original actor who played the hobo, I cannot remember what his name is, but he actually makes a small cameo in this movie. So I think it's David Brunt, I think his name is. So, yeah. And then we have here a movie which I've never seen before. I've always wanted to see it, or if I have seen it, I don't really remember exactly what it was. All I remember was that there was like some kid that was like trying to pull a horse out of like a mud pit or something like that, and the horse was like, kept sinking or something like that. Turns out it was this movie. I'm, of course, talking about Wolfgang Petersen's stunning visual 80s classic. We've got The Never-Ending Story. Yeah, I've never seen this, but I've heard so many good things about it, and can't wait to actually sit down and enjoy it. And finally, we got our last two things here from Arrow Video. So first up, now the funny thing is that these two I found at Disc Replay, and they were marked at the first one was marked at was it like $11.99, which was surprising, and then the other one was marked at $13.99, which is even more bizarre. But this movie actually just barely came out not that long ago. I think I'll say maybe a few months ago, but here we have from Arrow Video. It's definitely a very long and actually, it's a quarter century old now. It's just kind of hard to believe. We've got the 2-disc limited edition Blu-ray of The Cell. Yeah, I remember when this came out. I remember this was like a mind warp of a movie and whatnot. But, hey, yeah, looks weird from what I can remember. I've only seen bits and pieces of this. But we'll do a more deep dive look at this at some point. And once I've watched it again and actually watched the alternate version as well. Loaded with great stuff. So there we go. Alrighty, and then finally, I remember after the Conan Chronicles set was selling like hotcakes, when these movies were announced, this thing was going off the shelves like crazy as well, because you got two great, really good movies. I mean, technically it's actually a remake, and it's the sequel to the remake, which I've not actually seen the sequel. I don't know why. But, of course, I remember when this got announced, I'm like, cool, this is actually awesome. This is actually just loaded with bonus content as well. And surprisingly, I got it for dirt cheap, too, which was kind of surprising to me. I figured it would be about $30. We've got When Titans Ruled the Earth, the Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans box set. Really cool stuff. Not bad at all for 13 measly little dollars and whatnot. So, yeah, definitely glad to add this to the collection. So, yeah, so there we go. Alrighty, well, that does it for me to you for now, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, leave a comment down below. And with that, I'll see you next time. See ya.